Hello, my name is Edward. I'm the lead developer here at Linear Sounds. Today, we're going to take a look at our new plugin, Gated. Gated was inspired by the iconic drum sound of the 1980s. It's a part of our new RetroCollection, a series of plugins designed not just to emulate classic old vintage gear, but to reimagine those products in the modern context. Our goal is to capture the character and sound of the era, while giving producers the flexibilities of today's workflows. So, what is Gated? Gated is a reverb plugin, a gated reverb plugin. Traditionally, this effect creates a huge lush reverb that suddenly cuts off due to the gate, producing a punchy, dramatic sound that defined many 80s tracks. But Gated takes this concept further. We've developed a new technology that applies the gating process independently to every sample. This means that the reverb tail always stays perfect at the length you set, without using a traditional gate at all. So, let's dive in and take a look. I'm gonna open Gated right here. In the top left corner, we have the mix knob. In the bottom left, we have the input and output gains, as well as the bypass button. In the bottom right, we have all the reverb parameters. And in the top right, we have the visualizer that visualizes the reverb tail. So, let's hear in action. Right here we have a drum loop, and without any gated, it sounds like this. So, let's start with adding gated on the snare. This is the default setting. It will sound like this. Let's reduce that a bit to get it to still be punchy. The hold knob decides how long before the reverb suddenly gets cut off. So by adjusting this, you can adjust how long you want the reverb to be. You can also click this button right here to sync it to the BPM. So let's try in 8 notes. The release knob decides how long the fade out should be after the reverb is cut off. The default is 50 milliseconds. We can reduce that down to 10, which will create an even harder cutoff. We can also increase it to 150. And it will be more of a smooth fade out. I have now applied gated to all of the drum tracks right here. So on the kick, we have a little bit of gated. We have it on this fill right here. This is the preset Put It On a Drum Fill, which I think sounds pretty nice on a drum fill. So, let's listen to this. So we instantly got that classic 80s sound on the drums. This doesn't just work for drums. We have played around with it here at the studio on both guitars and different synths, but actually on vocals as well. So let's try it on some guitars and show you some other features. So here we have another project with a guitar. It sounds like this. And I've just added gated with a preset called Carpet Guitars. This is creating a cool room tone, but the interesting thing is it's not behaving as a normal room would do, because it sounds much bigger. And that's the interesting thing with gated. You can create a lot of unique sounds with it. I want to show you the color knob right here. This adjusts how bright or dark the reverb would be. So if we put this at -100, and I will put up the mix just to emphasize this effect a bit, we get this darker reverb. And if I'm adjusting this, we have a brighter, more shimmery reverb on this side. We also have this low pass filter or high pass filter over here that you can adjust to shape the reverb the way you want it. Next feature I want to show you is the algorithm picker. This essentially changes the whole reverb engine's tone. So we just not created one reverb algorithm, we have actually created 4 different tones. So if we switch, we will hear some different tones. So let's try this with a synth right here. So that's some different flavors for you. I really like this crystal cavern on this synth. Let's try to play around with the parameters to see what we can get. We also have this pre-delay right here that adjusts how far back the reverb will be pushed, so you can get the initial transient before the reverb is applied. We also added a new workflow enhancement. It's lockable parameters. Every parameter can be locked. This essentially means that if a parameter is locked, the preset information will not get affected to the locked parameters. So let's say if you have this on a bus and you need the mix to be at 100%, or if you know that you want to have a quarter note hold, you can lock that. So now when browsing to presets, you will still have the mix at 100% and the quarter notes on the hold. That is pretty useful. Another thing is every parameter, you can also type the value down here by just clicking on the text and put in the value you want. Gated runs with 0 latency and is highly efficient, and it comes loaded with a lot of handcrafted presets from our team to get you started right away. Thank you for checking out Gated. Our other plugin, Dreamcourse and Taper, is also available today. You can check him out using the link in the description. You can also try Gated for free for 14 days. Head over to linearsounds.com to check it out. Thanks for watching.